Hey, hi, hello, and howdy. I'm Mushmellow, and you are,
Kristyn.
well, you're Kristyn.
I'm Kristyn.
Hello, you. Welcome to Spilling the Tea with Mushmellow from Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting and Crafty-ish Kristyn. Yay! This is the dysfunctional talk show style whip and chat thing, collaboration. Dun-dun. Collaborate. This is me and Kristyn right here. Where we come together with you guys and we chit chat about some topics important in diamond painting or to us and share it with you guys. Chit chat live in the premiere. If you're here, live premiere, to access the live chat, please do swipe those comments off to the left and it should bring up the live chat. So don't be left out of all the fun. Do come over to the live chat and hang out with us if you'd like. And if not, leave a comment down below and we'll see it after the video. Today's episode of Spilling the Tea, we thought it might be fun to answer some questions posited by you fine folks. We put up posts on each of our Facebook pages and asked you guys if you had any questions for us that we could maybe talk about here in a video.
Yes, but before that mush, I think you have forgotten the last spilling the tea, which seems like a lifetime ago. It
I
was a
know
very
I'm
long.
sorry, it's my fault. Blame me.
Well, we've had to reschedule so many times. So, the last one we gave a little sneaky troll mission at the end of the video, and some of you guys caught it and you answered the call, and because of that, Mushy and I both have a pink and black pen to give away from Zap Designs. And
Bum, ba, ba.
Mushy will obviously have all of the links to what we're using and the canvases and all the pens and Zap Designs as well in the description box because she loves to add things to the description box. Yes, she does.
Oh, my favorite.
It is your favorite. All right. So I have a decision wheel. Some people left multiple comments. The max was 10. So I'm going to hit the magic button. I hope it's in shot. It does look like it's in shot. Look at me. And we will see who has won the first pen. Here we go. Give me a little drum roll, mush mush. Oh, it makes a little noise. Oh, I love that. That makes me so happy. And our first pen winner is Os Bear 1082. Yay, congratulations. And then
Congratulations.
and then we will do the second one and then we will tell you guys what you need to do. So, if I spin again and it lands on the same person, I will be respinning, obviously, because we want as many people to have a chance as possible. Here we go. And we have Bass and Girl Crafts. Congratulations, Jamie. Bass and Girl Crafts. I need both of the pen winners to email me. The email will be down below, but it is crafty-ish-kristyn@gmail.com. And we will go from there. So big round of applause to everybody. Yay!
Yay! Woohoo! And see, this, my friends, is why you need to pay attention to every second of pink and black potential. You know, if you see a post and you see pink and black hearts, or you hear the words pink and black, anything to do, you pay attention because we sneak stuff in there. We
Oh,
sneaky like that.
we are the sneakiest sneaker sins. Yes, we are. So, should we talk about what we are working with really quick and then we can go into the questions?
So I have on the table, oh boy, sneak peek for some people. On the table, I have a Rokari mystery kit, but this is not any normal mystery kit. This is an adult mystery kit, but don't worry, my friends, you won't see anything spicy. I'm working. I hope not. No, I'm kidding. You won't see anything spicy being worked on. I have it all strategically covered, but I am working on a Rokari adult mystery canvas titled Mystery for Mushy. And
Oh,
I'm working on this for my tier 3 channel membership. If you didn't know, both Kristyn and I have memberships to our channels. If you are looking for a way to support one or both of us, that's a fantastic way you can do so. And you can find the information on that on our channels. When you come to the channel homepage, there's a join button, and there's where you'll find all the information and see if it's something for you. But
also,
anyway, oh,
also,
sorry.
I would just want to add too. Um, for some reason, on Apple products, they don't make it easy. They do
Oh,
not
yeah.
allow you to just click. There's no join button because I remember I was very confused. I'm like, how do I join? This makes no sense. And so I know in my description box, I actually have a link like want to be a channel member, click here, and there is a button. Apparently Android is superior, at least in terms of letting people join on app, on their phone. But just that's an FYI. If you're like, why do I feel like I can't do this? This should not be this hard. It is not you, friends. It is not you. It is the phone providers, and I don't understand the craziness. I don't. So, anyways, keep going. Sorry.
No, I'm just gonna tack on to that. If I'm not mistaken, I looked into this for somebody pretty recently, and it has something to do with going to. You might recognize this. I don't have an Apple product. Sundown does, but I don't. The Safari browser and accessing the YouTubeage through the Safari web browser. If you go that
Oh.
way and go to someone's channel, magically the join button will appear. But if you're using the YouTube app, it won't show up for you and it'll be all kinds of confusing.
Yeah, that which you would think they would want to make it as easy as humanly possible for people, but I mean, that's me using my common sense and well, we know people don't use that nowadays, so yeah.
All right, so hopefully that helps clear some of that up. And anyway, yeah, I kind of got off on a tangent there, but yeah, this is a tier 3 channel member canvas. I have an ephemera 3D prototype deep 6 with washy bottom tray, pen with the putty. Sorry, it's a thing. And then I'm using some Flower Designs pens. Got the little Ouija board mini pens and the slim bubble right here, and some generic multi-placers. In those multi-placers, I'm using a Reed's putty, the collaboration. And as you can see, I have started poking the eyes out of people and maiming
Wow.
them. Well, not people, but like the masks. That made me sound terrible. And then I have some Jenny Rose Designs cover minders here. Highly recommend. Loving these. I also have some cover minders from Resin Creations with Tammy and Brandon. And I'm using Bee's Crafty Corner release papers. Remember, friends, if you're watching this around the time it goes live, until October 20, sometime mid-October 2025, Bee's Crafty Corner is on vacation because congratulations, Sabrina, on your new house.
Woo!
Yay!
Yay!
She's moving house. And so the shop is temporarily closed, but will be back. And the US shipping from Canada to US has been resolved. And she looks forward to resuming shipping to her US customers. So, yay for all of us. That's fantastic news. And that's all I'm using. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Oh, me. Okay, sorry. Well, we do have a lot of the same supplies, which we don't plan, by the way, but it just kind of happens that way.
Well, we like what we like. So,
Right. And I am a creature of habit. So once I find things that I like and that work, I don't deviate a lot. So I have a lovely pen from Flower Designs with this inspiring message on it. There was a gift from someone, pink and black, obviously. a Zap Designs pen, and they are on Facebook. I have the washi bottom tray, and people just need to leave in the chat, like in the live chat or in the comments, to a little message to Ephemera 3D. Release the tray. Release the tray.
Release it.
Because I legit was using another tray and I was getting all ragey and I didn't know why. And then I figured out why because I I can't even use the regular Deep Six tray without the washy bottom now. I tried and
Oh no.
I was so angry. I'm like, "Oh, why is this so frustrating?" And then I discovered why. I do have my Reed's putty. I have used some of the Dark and Creepy collab one. Oh, geez, don't drop it on your canvas. I do have the butterfly. I've actually been taking little cuts from the back so I don't ruin the front of it. I'm not
Oh, but
ready to.
mine, you're just poking it. That's what's fine, right?
Actually, I have been taking cuts from the back as well. So you're
Oh,
welcome. You're
thank you.
welcome. I've been cutting their butts. And I have my cover minders from Resin Creations as well, and the Bees Crafty Corner release papers, and little pink and black message as well that, hopefully when the shop reopens, we can maybe talk about getting some new pink and black release papers added in the near future. But
Mm.
but still top secret for now, obviously
Obviously, it's totally top secret.
top secret.
Don't tell
Yeah.
anybody, okay?
Shh. See, and then I have my drills in my little oh, you can't see. I have my drills in my little square Tic Tacs with Care Bear washi, obviously, because it's magical. And what else? I do have my my Care Bear cup, and I have this purple yam ube superfood. It's supposed to be amazing. It tastes like nothing. I'm sorry. So Facebook
Well,
ads got me again.
look, again, we're alike because I'm also drinking a smoothie.
Yours probably has more nutrients than mine does, honestly.
Mine has fresh fruit in it.
Uh,
Mhm.
Mine has dehydrated purple yam and almond milk. So my canvas is Catnap from Bella Art Diamonds. I think they are having a sale right now, and I think they're getting ready to change manufacturers. So I would check their website to see if it's still available, or check their socials because, I don't want to be spreading misinformation out here.
I feel like that I'm sorry, side note here, and no, I hope nobody takes offense to this. I don't mean it offensively, but I feel like that um shop name was a missed opportunity because that's Bella Art Day Nicole, right?
Hmm.
They could have done Bella Diamond Day Nicole. That was like such a missed opportunity. I don't know. That's what I would have been. Everything would have been Day Nicole because it's just really fun to say and it's kind of cool. So,
Well, everybody's allowed to have their own opinions, obviously. And when you
well,
have a
next time
shop.
they need to call me and run their shop name by me, and I would have been like, "Wait, missed opportunity."
Exactly. They really should. So, should we get to the questions? The first question: how did we meet and become friends? And this is from Sparkling Nana.
Thank you for the question, Sparkling Nana.
Yes.
Boy, that was a while back. So I believe how we met was, in all honesty, before I started my YouTube channel. I thought it was before, maybe early on in my YouTube channel. It was early. I had seen a Crafty-ish Kristyn video, and it resonated with me. And she quickly became somebody that I was watching every other day. Whenever she'd post a video and stuff. And I don't know. I just liked her vibe. I found it fun, entertaining, interesting, and whatever. So when I started a channel, I was still watching her and other creators and stuff, but I'm still watching her channel, and I saw one day that she was like really close to a subscriber goal. I think it was 1,000. I know she was close to like a subscriber milestone, and I wanted to help support her, and so I went ahead and just tagged and shared and reposted, and then I came over to her channel and congratulated her when she surpassed her milestone. And then I think I reached out to you. We started talking in comments, and then right?
Yes, I
Oh,
I think maybe it even started a little bit in comments first. You know, like you would say something making fun of my cute canvases, but I knew you were joking. So you would be like, that's a little too sparkly for me. Thanks, ma'am." Or, something along those lines. And so then I would reciprocate like, that is too scary for me. No, thank you. I'm gonna go hide in my blanket fort. When you would post a video. And so I think it just kind of came out organically, where it was just kind of like. And then I think you actually, the first time you messaged me like on Facebook Messenger was about, I think you had a question. You were asking me some kind of YouTubey question, and me not understanding how YouTube worked, even though I'm on YouTube, I was like, I don't know the word you're using, because you were using, analytical words about graphs, and I was like, I don't pay attention to that. I'm sorry. but then I was like, oh, well, let me go look. And then I think then I even like asked you a question like, hey, what does this mean? And so, there was friendliness, but then there was also kind of, I guess you would say, shop talk, for lack of a better term. And then, we just kind of kept messaging, and then we were joking around, and you had posted, I think, like a Timu haul or AliExpress or something, and you had several canvases that had pink. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of pink. For somebody that says they hate pink so much, you sure do have a lot of pink in your canvases. And I think I joked like we should because you were doing all those little monthly events where you
yeah.
would do, like, everybody, let's do food together, let's do this. And I would think I said, we should totally do a combined event, and we should make it pink and black, because pink is my favorite color and black is your favorite color. And then, the idea just kind of spiraled.
Yeah.
And now here we are planning for Pink and Black 2026. And there's
Yep.
probably
And
more. There's probably a trauma bond as well in there. In there.
probably, probably.
A few trauma bonds. But I think, it has been nice, because while, it did kind of start off as I don't want to say a business relationship, because that's not the right word, but it's almost
More
like
like
it
a
starts off as
casual acquaintance or something like a
like a work friend.
yeah.
And it's definitely become more of an actual friendship, and not a work friendship. So I'm
Yeah, and
incredibly grateful for that.
me too. And honestly, I think like as we got to talking and getting to know each other, we quickly realized, oh my God, we're really similar. Like, oh, it was crazy. And I refer to us as two sides of the same coin. We're so similar in a lot of ways, but in the ways we're different, we're really different.
Yes.
Yeah. And it makes it fun because there will be so many times where I will tag her in something and she'll be like, I just tagged you in that like a little bit ago. And I'm like, what? Oh my
Yes.
gosh, or we'll see the same post somewhere and we'll, send it to each other. I'll send it to her and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I was going to send that to you or I was just looking at that." And um we do that a lot because we think a lot along the same lines very similarly, believe it or not. But yeah, we have a lot of similarities in a lot of differences also, but um yeah, it's kinda crazy, and we have the same sense of humor. We
With
noticed that pretty early on too that not a lot of people get. we like to be sarcastic and kind of troll each other and poke at each other, tease. It's a friendly it's kind of a friendly ribbing, or roasting, if you will, a little bit. And I tease her about the pink and she teases me about the black, and um it's all in good fun. It is all in good fun, but it's kind of odd because a lot of people maybe don't realize that. So here's your PSA. If you ever see me saying something like that seems like it might could be hateful or rude to Kristen, I promise 9 times out of 10 she knows. She knows that just our way of communicating. It's our wit.
Yes, it definitely is. And, like we both have the same, like you said, the same sense of humor, kind of. And neither one of us is going to get offended at most things the other one might post or say. And that is a good little PSA, like you said, because like if you look in the comment section and you're like, wow, that was mean. I can't believe Mushy said that to Kristen. Because obviously it's going to be Mushy saying something mean to me. Just know that it's probably not meant that way.
Yeah, I think early on, and still once in a while when we get newer people around who don't really know one or both of us very well yet, and they see our interaction, I've gotten a little, we both, I think, have a little bit of some defenders, some volunteer defenders, and see that early on we're seeing that the way we were talking to each other in socials and stuff,
Hmm.
teasing and whatnot, and took it. I know that a couple people kind of got onto me, like, "Hey, don't talk to Kristen that way." And it's kind of funny because, um, I'm like, "But Kristen knows I'm talking to her that way. Don't be mad at me."
Right. And that's hard if you don't know the relationship and all of that. It's which I mean, first of all, I think it's awesome too that people are willing to stand up and be like, "Hey, that seems kind of rude. Maybe you shouldn't say that because I mean, hello, have you seen the internet lately? It's a dumpster fire." Um so I don't think if people speak up and they go, "Whoa, maybe you shouldn't say that." I don't think they have bad intentions, but
No,
you just
no.
if you don't know, then yeah, it's kind of like, "Oh, yeah, well, you know." So, yeah.
No, I think the underlying point here, that we both probably want to make, and make sure that everybody knows, is we are actually friends. We're legitimately friends. We're not like fake friends, or we say we're friend. This is not like oh yeah, a friendly acquaintance. We are friends, and so
If I showed
um,
you how many voice clips are in my text message thread from Mushy, by far, I feel like out of everybody that I text message in my life, her number would probably beat everyone else combined. I'm not even joking. So, and my family would totally agree. Like, oh, what's Mushy doing? Oh, you haven't heard from my husband will joke. He'll go, oh, you talking to your girlfriend again? He's like, no, no,
yeah.
no, it's fine. I'll just wait until she's done. It's fine.
uh, Sassy Lassie's my BFF. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, she's
I
she's the
know.
OG goat BFF, and um, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that's clear, that we're actually friends, and don't mean harm to each other, and we respect each other, and whatnot. So when you see us communicating and stuff, we have our own little language, and it's sarcasm and roasting. And we're not really being mean to each other. Although I would argue all the cute and all the pink um, is arguably very painful and hurtful, but you know. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're like Wednesday Adam and what's her name, Enid?
Yes. Well, you should see some of the when Mushy's working on some of her really dark and scary canvases, she'll send me pictures and she's like, look at what I'm working on. And I'm like, ah, my eyes. Or if she's working on one of her tier 3 membership canvases, she will send me pictures. She's like, haha, hope no kids are present. Yeah.
Well, and what she hasn't caught on to yet is usually I save the pictures and I wait until she tells me something like, I'm got a busy day. I'm gonna be running this errand or that errand or doctor's office or whatever. And I wait until I think she's probably at one of these important places, and then boom, I send her the picture from the spicy campus. So I'm in my brain, I'm thinking, Kristen's gonna be in a waiting room surrounded by people or in a doctor's office. She's gonna open that up and that's gonna be on her phone and somebody might see it and she's gonna be really anxious or embarrassed about it, and that's the goal. That's like my
Sometimes
dream goal.
sometimes sharing is not caring. Okay. Okay. All right.
Alright, so,
Second
the
question.
yeah, how do you juggle time with kids, health, creating content, and parenting? And that is from Dawn.
Oh. um
Mm.
Sometimes not well. uh for me personally, and it depends on the time of year. If it's summertime or back to school, it's just different times of the year pose different challenges and hurdles. I personally, like right now, it is, what time is it right now? It's 10 o'clock in the morning. So my kids are at school. And I said, we can film while my kids are at school or after dinner. So for me personally, filming is usually when the kids are at school or after dinner. And, it's sometimes it can be hard to squeeze it in because at the end of the day, sometimes the last thing you want to do is set up all your filming stuff and do that when really you just want to sit there and diamond paint, and kind of zone out, watch some true crime, do that. That definitely can be hard. And I think you really do kind of have to prioritize it, like, because it's easy to talk yourself out of it, kind of like for some people with exercise. I know I should exercise. Do I? No.
Mm.
Feel like, sometimes there's times where you're like, I don't know if I want to film a video, or I'd rather be doing this. And so I feel like sometimes there's not a good balance at all. And while I personally don't have a lot of health issues per se, I do have kids that need to be taken here or there, and my mom lives with us. And so she has a lot of appointments that I have to kind of schedule, not only around, my schedule and her schedule, but then also, picking up kids from school and those things. And so I think for me personally, sometimes filming and YouTube stuff has to come last. I mean, at the end of the day, family is number one, and the rest has to come after that. It just, it sucks sometimes, but you kind of got to get your priorities in alignment. And sometimes your priority might be like, I really want to film this video because maybe it's important to you to film a video. Like, for some people, filming videos and stuff can be really good for their mental health. They feel like they're hanging out with friends and they're doing this. While other times maybe it maybe seems more like a job.
Mm.
Yeah, and I know you can definitely speak to the health part for sure.
Yeah, for me, how to juggling stuff. I don't really have to worry about the kids part. Mine are all grown, though one of them seems to be a couch potato inside my house. She seems to be a fixture of furniture in my house. I don't think she's ever gonna leave. Sorry, honey. True story. But no, all of our kids are grown. So I don't really have the kid aspect, but where I get it in spades is the health. Both Sundown and I and Leah, to be honest, she's a walking accident.
You guys have
Um,
all been walking accidents the last few months.
it's yeah, I don't know what's going on, but we do have the health thing, and so that's like juggling medical trips that take us 12 hours round trip plus doctor time. Um, we've lots of appointments, lots of downtime because I'm just coming on. I'm still not 100%, but I'm just coming off of almost 2 weeks of being dang near bedridden. I've been living under the, kind of YouTube comes first or second, like a high priority. It took this most recent bout of me being ill to realize that no, it needs to come last. So I don't know that I juggle time very well with health and creating content and stuff like that because it's so time consuming. Creating content is so time consuming. I know we make it look easy and we make it look, like it's nothing. And you might think, well, how long could an hour video? You just turn the camera on for an hour, right? Not all, I mean, not everybody does things different, but the way we do it, what we want for ourselves and what we like and the content we want to put out there and what expectations that we have for ourselves, it takes like an hour, usually takes 2 or 3. Um, if you include planning and setting up and making thumbnails and description boxes and all the things, making sure you have all the links and everything like that. So, one video can take pretty much half or all of a day of your spare time in that day and stuff. I don't know that it's a good balance, at least not on my end. Kristen, I think, is really structured. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to speak for you, but Kristen is very structured. She has her planner and everything is its time slot and stuff like that. And I think that's a big way that she's able to juggle it all. I'm structured by nature, but the people I live with do not like to be structured, so it makes it really hard for me to be structured because I'll plan a whole day by the minute, by the millisecond, and these guys will come in and just bulldoze it. So, um, I guess the easy answer to sum it all up for me anyway is juggling time. Um, And I don't know, by the seat of my pants, a prayer and, a lot of caffeine. And that I don't juggle it well. I still haven't found, after 2 years, the ideal balance for me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel and I feel like for me personally, again, I can only speak for myself. I can't be as what's the word I'm looking for? I know you are very particular about how you want, your lighting, your this, your that, right? Because that's the content you want to put out. And I have had to kind of let go of some of those things just because I have limited time. And if I'm, going, okay, I have an hour and a half to do this video, but if I want to do it right now, do I have time? And so, for me, like, when I'm editing, it's kind of like if I can do a quick little preset to fix lighting, okay, great. Did I misspeak? Because I always try to listen back to the video and, cut out any throat clearing and, those things. And if I misspeak, like I just did a whip and chat and I said it was mental health awareness month, but it's not mental health awareness month. And so then you're like, oh, I need to clarify that. So then, you put something up on the screen that says, my bad, I screwed up. It's not that, it's this. So all those things do take time, but I've kind of had to I try to simplify things as much as I can, just because if I sit there and I want to edit and edit and edit and edit and nitpick the video, I'm going to spend, double time or more than the video length. And that's time that I could be doing other things with. That's time I could be spending with my kids or my husband or, diamond painting, right? That's the thing I want to do. So there's kind of that aspect too of you have to figure out what things for the filming and whatnot are the videos are important to you, and then you might have to let go of some of the other things if you're trying to squeeze it in, I guess.
Yeah, that's where I struggle, is the letting go. I sit there and think I have to do it all. There's no other choice, and like I said, this past about 2 weeks has forced me to kind of reprioritize. I think prioritizing is important, and recognizing your boundaries and limitations is important, and realizing that at the end of the day, this is a crafting hobby, and the real thing, the more real things in your life, like your family, your health, yourself, those kind of things need to come first. And so I think prioritizing is important for juggling time. Being structured for some people is like us is important for juggling time. And just realizing, like Kristen said, to there are some things you got to let go. I'm still working on that. I'm not a good letter goer. Spoiler.
Well, and I think it might be different if, let's say, this was paying like a full-time job. I think, then maybe the argument could be made of, why, yes, I am going to spend, 20 plus hours a week on this because it is paying my bills. uh, but, for me personally, it's not really paying my bills.
It's
It,
not even, I don't know for you, but for me, I don't feel like it's even really, the channel doesn't pay for itself yet. I
no,
have a goal. A lot of people have different goals. My goal is I want to get my channel, the only real goal I have now, if it surpasses it, that's fine. But like my personal goal is I want the channel to pay for itself. That's it. I don't want to make money off it. I don't want to bleed or hemorrhage money out off it. I don't want to like go bankrupt for it. But I would like the channel to be able to pay for itself. That's my ultimate goal, is that's all I want. The end. I want to, that would be nice, but um yeah, we don't make enough. We don't make enough for that yet, or maybe ever. And we certainly don't make it enough to treat it like a job, which I kind of do anyway, but that's another topic for another day. But
I think some people will get into YouTube, like, not just saying diamond painting specifically, but that's the only YouTube I've ever done. So that's all I have reference for. And, you know, they think, okay, I'm going to get monetized, then I'm going to get on a sneak peek team, and I'm going to, XYZ. And, if those are your goals and that's what you want to do, that is fantastic. And I hope you achieve them. Um, I think, though, that is what so many people want to do, and I don't think maybe they realize how much behind the scenes work and time and effort kind of goes into some of that. And yes, you see the channel that's been around for 4 months that has 50,000 subscribers or something, and you're like, oh well, if they do it, I can do it. And maybe, but it's, I think, especially with a niche crafting hobby like this, that is a very rare exception. That is not, uh, that's not
that's
the
not the
norm.
rule, it's the exception.
Okay, who is scarier, Officer Drill or Officer Putty? Officer Putty, absolutely. That officer is unpredictable. I never know what Officer Putty is going to do. And if you're new here and you're like, who is Officer Drill and who is Officer Putty? Valid question. They are the diamond painting police officers that tormented us during Pink and Black, and that have come back on the scene. Yeah, you'll know them when you see them. Okay, okay, and they do tend to show up sometimes in our spilling the tea chats too. Hopefully
Yeah,
they stay away. I mean, I know they know that we're doing Pink and Black, but hopefully they're, on vacation drinking pumpkin spice lattes or something right now.
I don't know. Who would I say is scarier, Officer Drill or Officer Putty? Probably also Officer Putty. Officer Putty's pretty brutal and
She is.
always steals the snacks and
Handcuffs
uh
me.
handcuff, well, painfully too.
She really likes to handcuff me. I think she enjoys seeing me shriek in pain and shoving me in the car. So
Yeah, that sounds like Officer Putty. Thankfully, um I don't scare easy, so bring it, diamond painting police. I dare ya.
Well, I'm wondering if this year they're gonna expand their, their officers or something, because I feel like they need somebody in Arkansas to pester you, and
You need an Arkansas field office.
they do. They need they I mean, the diamond painting police, they're going to need branches everywhere. Let me know in the comments, or in the live chat, where you think the next office or the hub or something where the diamond painting police should reside. Maybe they can live in your yard, in somebody's yard.
And then they can live over in Mom Down's yard. I like my yard too much.
Yeah.
Um, but just to clarify though, just a real talk side note here to clarify. The Diamond Painting Police is a fictional entity because we did have a little bit of confusion last year. I saw a couple comments and um that would lead me to believe that perhaps there was a little bit of confusion. So I want to clarify. The Diamond Painting Police is a fictional entity that we created as part of our Pink and Black 2025 event. And they are integral to, our vision for these events and to help foster community and have a lot of fun with you guys and interaction and engagement with you. So that I just wanted to make sure that everybody is on the same page, that we're talking about them, officers and diamond painting police and stuff like that, but it was brought to life out of the joke that there are some people out there that think that they are the diamond painting police in terms of they want to dictate how we diamond paint and what we use or don't use and what we say or don't say and what all that stuff. Um, and often we'll be like, well, who do you think you are, the diamond painting police? That attitude that some people out there can have towards diamond painting, we kind of turned it into a joke. The diamond painting police, wee woo, wee woo. Um, and that's where it came from. But it is fictional. It is not real. It is kind of a state of mind that we brought to life, so to speak, to have fun with and play with.
Yes, and I will say, the diamond painting police are very fond of snacks.
Yes, and rap battles.
Yes, and Squishmallows and Garfield. So yeah.
Squishmallows and Garfield.
We pretend, and just have fun. That's our main goal with most things. Is like we just kind of want people to have fun and maybe, I don't know, forget
Laugh.
about some of the stresses and the junk that we deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah, we want people to laugh, joke, have fun, be engaged, be immersed in an experience.
Yes. And so if anyone ever sees anything in a video or something and you're not quite sure if it's, real or whatever, like, just go ahead and ask, cuz we would never want somebody to be confused or worried about somebody's safety, you know?
Yeah, and the only stupid, as used to tell us in school, the only stupid question is the one that you didn't ask.
Yes. As long as you ask in a respectful manner.
Yes. So the next question is, when you mention the shop where you purchased your pens, putties, waxes, and trays that you're using, could you please include whether the shop is American, Canadian, British, etc.? And that's
Uh,
a request from Stephanie.
I am guilty of not doing that.
I
I
am too.
fully admit that. I think it's that bubble of, I just assume everybody knows everything that I know. Like, well, yeah, of course you know where I bought this from. And definitely that is something that could be improved. I think, yeah, I can't even imagine how, like, trying to buy stuff from other countries. I think it's easy to assume that everybody lives in the same area that you live in, but that is definitely not the case. And it does make it harder when certain shops are located somewhere and then maybe they don't ship to other countries, for various reasons. And so that does make it hard.
Yeah, and I could improve on that as well. It can be difficult to think about it when you're in the moment creating a video and you're concentrating on disseminating accurate, clear information. You're also formulating a first impression or an opinion. You're talking about a product that you've been testing and you want to make sure that you convey exactly what you want to say and what you mean and what your thoughts are in case it can help somebody else, and you're focused kind of on that stuff, not really thinking about I need to make sure what country this product came from and stipulate where I am and where that came from, and that kind of sometimes is easy to kind of get lost because normally, for I can't speak for anybody else, but for me it'll be down in the description box down below, a link to the shops, and that information would be readily available in the description box because that's just one thing that I kind of forget about because my main focus and purpose and intent is to get information and opinion out there, not necessarily thinking about some of the other tertiary things like that. I'm bad like that, but I will work to improve on it. I endeavor to improve on it, and I appreciate the suggestion.
Yeah, I think like everything you said, I would love to be able to give as much information as humanly possible, but my brain short circuits because my brain works faster than my mouth does. And like even just when we sat down to film, we were going over our supplies. I literally forgot to mention what canvas I was working on. And it's right in front of me. So definitely something to aim to improve, but I would say definitely description box is your friend when it comes to the items. And maybe if we can remember to do so, maybe even we can put a little side note, like US, UK. I would say most of the supplies that we both probably use are US based. Not everything, but I think a lot of them are. Okay, next question. And I literally just grabbed the item that I use.
Oh.
What do you use to seal your diamond paintings? And that's from Laura. The few times I've sealed a diamond painting, I have used this. This is the Minwax Polycrylic Crystal Clear Top Coat. It is the clear gloss. Get the gloss, not the satin. Don't be like Kristen and screw up a canvas because she used satin and it makes it not shiny. Um, Otherwise, I have not sealed a lot of paintings myself. I know there's sprays. I know there's lots. I think there's a Mod Podge now.
There is.
I I don't I don't have a lot of experience with sealing things. What about you?
Actually, 1 second, please, while
Hold please.
what I use is I use a various myriad of things, a lot of stuff I was getting from Temu, but in the last couple months, Temu's not been as
Teamuing.
affordable. Yeah. So I've had to look local. This is from Temu. Is this the wrong one? No, no. This is the right one. So I often can be found doing coaster shorts. And what do you put on coasters? Drinks. What do drinks do? Sometimes they sweat. And what happens when the moisture dribbles down and onto your finished coaster? If you don't seal it, it gets gummy and gross and it ruins the coaster. So I found this on Temu, but I'm sure there's similar stuff available at crafting stores. But this is waterproof and anti-fouling. So, I
Fouling.
use these. Yeah, fouling.
Whoa.
I didn't know that was a word. Anti-fouling, it's a new word to me.
Toilet paper word of the day right there.
Fouling.
Fouling.
Uh, but I use this on my coasters and things that I'm concerned might get wet. And then this right here, I got from Hobby Lobby for $2.79 a bottle, you guys. I had Sundown
Woo!
go and clear out the shelf. It's only $3. It has a sponge top applicator and it's a diamond painting sealer. And I use this and at $3 a bottle and locally easily obtainable and not have to wait for shipping or pay for shipping. Huge. I'm loving this. It works just fine. It doesn't dull the drills. It locks them in place, and it cures within fully cures in like 24 hours, but it soft cures in about 15 to 30 minutes. So and then I wanted to also pause it. It made me think about not pause it, but pause it, like propose a question.
Okay.
Um, and that made me think, as somebody, as the question was being asked and we were discussing it, is there such thing as like a somehow vacuum sealing a diamond painting in something? Like, could you imagine if we could like heat vacuum seal, get something like I don't know, saran wrap or some kind of material like that, and have it kind of melty so that it's really pliable, and it like coats every drill, and then have the air sucked out so it perfectly. Does that make sense? Is there such a thing? Am I making sense, and do you know what I'm talking about, and is there such a thing?
I mean, I have a food sealer.
Similar to that, but for diamond paintings. Wouldn't that be cool if, like, we could just lay some kind of clear sheet over the top, and then, I don't know, push a button and it sucks the air out and it sucks the sheet down to the canvas somehow, and you can't even tell it's there, but it's a thin layered coat that protects the drills, and
It could be
somebody needs
some.
somebody needs to invent that.
All right, the next question. What other crafts have you both enjoyed or still enjoy other than diamond painting? And then she says some of the crafts that she likes to do. And what about crafts you have tried but failed at? She said hers is knitting. And she doesn't have the coordination. I feel the knitting thing. I would love to try knitting, but I don't think my brain could do it. I do know how to crochet. I've made many blankets with crocheting. I've done so many crafts. I am a serial crafter. So I mean, it would be
You
more like
make cereal?
yes, yes. I get in my little tree house. I'm like an elf.
Keebler elf.
I'm like a Keebler elf. I make cereal. I mean, there's crafts I've never tried, but like, oh my gosh. Woo! I mean, I've done the painting, I've done the watercolor, I've done embroidery, and I've done like doodling, Zentangle. I mean, I feel like I've just been crafting since I was a kid, and so it's kind of in my DNA. I've sewed, I've quilted, I've done all that.
Wow, like, I'm jealous because I am not independently creative. I do have an eye for, and I like colors, how different colors go together and stuff like that, but if you ask me to, like, create something of my own imagination, I'm terrible. So, in terms of crafting, my experience is pretty limited, and it's limited to things that are already that I just have to assemble, like a diamond painting. Um, Obviously, I've done diamond painting. When I was a kid, I did latch hook, and I really enjoyed that, though it
Oh,
tore up
I
my
love latch hook.
finger skin. Yeah, but it's so rough. That stuff is so rough, and it ends up tearing up the skin. But I've done that, and occasionally I've been known to color. Uh,
Coloring.
I find that soothing, trying to blend shades and stuff like that. Or sometimes I like to use marker. I like the dramatic effect of a bold marker line and stuff. Really, that's the only ones that I've actively participated in and done, but I have tried. What is that thing where you have the design, the quilt, the pattern, or whatever it is, the pattern, and you take a thread, and a needle, and you try to is that what is that, knitting or needlepoint, or is that crochet? What
Well,
is that?
like creating a picture like on a pattern.
Yeah, it's a piece of fabric, and it already has the pattern printed on it, and you have flosses of
Yes,
string.
that would be embroidery, or I mean, or technically you could be cross stitch if you're just making the little
Cross stitch.
extras.
Yeah, it's cross stitch. That's what I'm thinking of. Leah got me cross stitch thinking that I would like it because it's similar to diamond painting, and I think I would have liked it, but I didn't. And I've tried painting. I've always wanted to be a painter like Bob Ross.
Oh, yes.
But I, again, not independently creative. I would have to watch a Bob Ross video and paint along with him. But that's something I've always dreamt of doing. It's just those materials are very expensive to
Sure.
and messy to
Yes.
hope that it turns out. But fun fact, my uncle before he passed, in the year or 2 before he passed, he found solace in painting like Bob Ross. He was doing paintings very much in that style and actually sold some, and we have some, like, hanging about and stuff, but, he was really good at it. I don't think I don't know. I won't be unless I copycat somebody else. And for something I wanna try, I don't know what it's called, but I've seen this art that it takes almost like paper curling, is that a thing? Is it
Oh,
paper?
quilling. Quilling.
Yes.
My
I wanna
mother-in-law does that.
I want to, paper curl really bad. I think it looks really cool. I think it could be fun. I think it's sophisticated. I really wanna try that.
It can be
Um,
really messy with the glue, I will say.
I
Yeah, I know
don't think
people like mess. So just not trying to crush your dreams,
you
but
did a little though,
I'm
but you
sorry.
did.
You just
That's okay. I'll crush yours sometime later, I'm sure.
yeah, I'm sure you will.
Why are lemons yellow? Asked by Leanne.
I think I actually Googled it once, and I think it's chlorophyll. I'm going with chlorophyll because that sounds super sciency. That's my final answer right there.
They're yellow because that's the way our eyes perceive the color with the light available in the environment. And so I'm going to go with a different perspective. I'm going to go with a biological, physiological perspective and say because the shape of the cones in our eyes and the light in the environment and however sciency that works, that is why they appear yellow. But I think everything in our world doesn't have a it's they say it doesn't have a color. It's our eyes that make the color or something, isn't it? The cones in our eyes and the light and how they receive information turns it into a color.
It sounds legit to me.
That's a weird thing to consider. I'm gonna have to look it up when we're done because I think I learned that somewhere along my schooling. But anyway,
Wow.
I'm gonna say the cones in our eyes and ambient light.
Wow. How do you deal with negative comments? Do you leave them posted? Do you block the person from commenting or just leave it and let it add to the algorithm? And how do you deal with the slumps in energy when it comes to crafting? And that is Jamie at Bassin Girl Crafts.
I'm taking her pen back.
Eh.
That was a big question, and it's a lot for my brain, and I think, it's gonna cost her 1 pen to answer, so, okay, well, that's one less thing to send, yay.
I mean, for me personally, I haven't had a ton of negative comments or ignorant comments or combative comments. So I think I have deleted comments before. Um just I mean, not that like, my fragile brain can't handle it, which I mean, yeah, sometimes. I'm human. Um I think also too is that if I delete a comment because I might be worried that it might make someone else feel bad or it might hurt their feelings, and I don't want anyone to come into my comment section and leave unhappy or leave like feeling like, maybe something they care about was attacked or like a personal belief or whatever it might be. It just I feel like if somebody doesn't like something, then, don't watch, obviously. But I don't understand the point of leaving a negative or a hurtful comment. And that's different than, maybe somebody asking a genuine question like, hey, why do you do that? Or why did you say that? And it not coming from a combative place, but it's coming from a genuine curiosity, because we all don't share the same ways of thinking. Uh, so I know you've had to delete some comments just recently with your staycation, um,
Mm.
because people were getting all like criticizing the way you were telling the story, and saying your facts were wrong. And like you said before, if they wanted to have a conversation about it and be reasonable, I totally would have done that. But it gets to a point where it's like, no, okay, no, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to see it. I don't want others to see it either.
Okay, so for me, how I deal with negative comments is totally situational. It depends on what context the question, the comment or question comes in.
Yeah.
So if like Kristen mentioned, with one of the cases that I covered on it was Tales from the Crypt. Uh somehow the algorithm got a hold of it and was I think promoting the video to some true crime enthusiasts, which is great. But they were like armchair sleuths, and they came onto the channel, onto that video in particular, to try to start an argument, disagreement, and whatever on a couple of videos actually. um and I quickly realized that because they started spamming the comment section, and they started getting combative with anyone, and it was obvious that they were intentionally trying to be negative. Situations like that, I delete the comment. I will delete it if it's obviously not productive, beneficial, or otherwise expressive other than negativity and toxicity. um if it's somebody, I know a while back I did a replica canvas. I found a DAC image on a budget website, and I did a comparison. I did the DAC canvas, and then I did the budget friendly company canvas, and compared the two. And I did get some heat from people that wanted to argue about licensing and stuff, which though that is a valid discussion, but it is not one that I'm willing to entertain and want to engage in on my channel, because things like that can get heated. I did let the person speak their opinion, and I let it stand, even though it was in opposition to mine. That's fine. Nobody, we don't all have to think the same thing. But where I had to draw the line is when the person started getting threatening, started threatening me, started threatening some of my creator friends who are also jumping into the comments to express their thoughts and opinions on the matter. So I guess when it becomes unhealthy, a danger, or hurtful to others, that comment will get disappeared. And I can do that in a couple ways, but one way I can do it is where it still benefits me in the engagement, where I just hide the comment, not necessarily delete it or block it, ban it situation. I can actually just hide it, so they can keep talking, and they don't know any different. They think they're just everybody's seeing what they're saying, and they're letting it all loose, and they're venting, and they're having a good old time. And in reality, no one else can see it but them. But
That
they don't know that. So, I will leave that on there and let them boost the engagement all they want to, because that's the price they pay for coming around and being, a certain type of canoe.
and then there was a second part of the question was, how do you deal with the slumps in energy when it comes to crafting?
I'm dealing with that right now, actually. I am in a little bit of a burnout thing. I think because I got pretty ill and was physically unable to diamond paint for various reasons. My body would not perform diamond painting actions. That's all I can say. But it forced me to take time away, and then once I had some of that time, and I realized, oh my gosh, I forgot there's a whole world outside of my crafting room. Hey, what's this? And it kind of made it hard for me to actually find the motivation and momentum to start back up. Okay. Um, I haven't figured out how to deal with it yet, if I'm being honest. I try to allow myself the time, and the grace to do what I want to in that moment. Like, if I sit down and I'm like, "I'd much rather be playing a video game than diamond painting," I try to give myself permission to, "You know what? It's only good, it's not the end of the world if you miss a video or you're late a video or you just can't make one or you don't want to. Go play that video game, girl." I try to give myself the space and grace to do the things that are calling me away from that and let me experience the burnout, let it pass, and then come back and proceed on. Otherwise I don't really know how to deal with it other outside of that. I'm open to ideas, Kristen.
Well, and I think it's not even about making videos. I mean, you could put that into making video, you know, mind space as well. I think sometimes you have to kind of do something else. Work on a different project, or watch something, or do something else. I was watching a video, and it's from it was Pebblez Diamond Paints, and she was talking about how she kind of dealt with the diamond painting burnout, and she had I think, and don't quote me, I'm just trying to remember from my brain. I think she maybe had like an injury, and so she didn't diamond paint for a while, and she kind of slowly got back into it. But then she was also saying, because she has a coloring channel, how she really, really, really wanted to do the coloring, but she was afraid that she might get burnout, and so she was limiting the amount. She was only like, and I could be wrong. So Pebbles, please, it fix me in the chat if I'm saying this wrong. But I think from what I took away from it, she was saying that she, like, let's say she did a coloring page, and she's like, I want to do another page. She was like, no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna, hold off to kind of build some excitement, build some suspense kind of thing. So the next time you come to do that, you've been looking forward to it. And so maybe you're more excited to do it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Because in my brain it makes sense, but I don't know if I'm saying the words good. The words
It
are not
makes
good.
no, it makes sense to me anyway. I get that. Like, I don't know, and I referenced videos because I don't get burnt out on things like that, like, very very often, very easily. It takes a very long time. Like, I've been diamond painting for years, and I'm it's not the diamond painting I get tired of. It's not the diamond painting that, like, drains me and stuff. I just switch to something else though when I do, like reading a book or watching, binge watching a show or something. I take a break from it.
Yeah, I think sometimes you need breaks and do something else, and then hopefully when you do sit back down to work on something, it's exciting. Like, oh yes, I can't wait to get back to that project.
Thanks to Pebbles.
Yeah, no, it was really, and if I can if I can find, I don't know, I don't remember what video it was, but she's got a YouTube channel. Check her out. Yeah.
And and I'm the editor for this one, so
Ta-da!
if I like I said, I've been under the weather, so please don't hate on me if I miss some links or whatever. I made a note and I will do my best to link her channel. I like to share the love, so I will do my best to remember to link the channel in the description box down below so you can find Pebbles too.
Doot, doot.
Why do you do YouTube? You both work your butts off to make content that YouTube doesn't push out to people. Get YouTube content reported for no other reason than someone being a certain type of canoe, Summer's Eve canoe, and which she learned from me. So what makes you carry on?
Whew. I feel like you've been more, um what's the word I'm looking for? You've been more stifled and punished by YouTube than I have.
Yeah, because I bet you it would be different if if I went mainstream and did, you know, s- certain super popular. canvas companies or super popular images like genres. I think a lot of it for me has to do with genre. The two genres that I like to do, and um, people's misconception. They think that just because something is a certain category that it's automatically bad and stuff. Um, but why do we do YouTube? Let's tackle that one first. Kristen, why do you do YouTube?
I started YouTube, and my husband kind of was like, he was listening to me listen to Whip and Chats, and he's like, people just sitting there talking. And I said, yeah. He's like, you could do that. And I'm like, no, no, stop. And he's like, yeah, no, you talk to yourself all the time. So you could actually pretend like you're talking to someone else. And I was like, rude. And then I thought, well, maybe, let's try. And so I started it, and I was kind of excited because I didn't have any friends that diamond painted. And I was really excited about diamond painting, and it's not that the people around me don't care, but they don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I could be talking about this new company, whatever, all I want, but their eyes glaze over. They don't care. They're not the people who want to hear about diamond painting. And so was like, well, maybe I could do the channel thing. And for the most part, I feel like most of the people that I have been introduced to, and other creators, subscribers, have been lovely, absolutely lovely. And so I would say one of the main reasons why I still do it is because of the nice people and the community building. And when somebody says, like, oh, your video made me laugh, I really needed to laugh today. I live alone. I don't have anybody to talk about diamond painting, so I can post something, and the people in the comments or in the Facebook group, they get it. They understand the struggle of, why is this canvas not sticky, or why does this rendering suck. I, I wanted to be part of a community, and I wanted to have kind of a, I don't know, like a safe place as well, because the internet can be very toxic, as we've all
No.
seen.
No.
I know, right?
No.
And so that's why I think for me, and I know for you, I'm going to speak for you.
No.
That's kind of why we have the rules to get into our Facebook group. Which, by the way, if you try to get into our Facebook groups and you don't get in, that's why, because there's rules. We ask that people read the rules and agree to them, because we don't want it to be an unsafe place where people feel like that they're going to get attacked for saying something or asking a simple question. I mean, asking a question about release paper or a canvas or whatever, nobody deserves to have a mob attack them for a basic question or a basic comment. So I think, long story long, even though sometimes I get frustrated because you see other people's videos getting promoted more, or you see somebody with more subscribers, or their video has more views, and whatever, the comparison trap that YouTube loves to pit us all against each other. I would say the people is the majority of the reason of why I still do it. If people started getting mean and hateful and gross, I probably would just dip.
Well, as for why I do YouTube, I think I talked about this in a whip and chat early on in my channel, one of my first ones. And I decided to go ahead and start a YouTube channel at the encouragement of Sundown and Leah. They thought I would be really kind of good at it, and I had noticed I was looking for other people that were doing horror genre diamond painting, and just couldn't consistently, like exclusively consistently. I don't want to look at puppies and kitties and
I do.
raccoons and pastels and mushrooms and I'm
I love
picking
those things. I love those
I'm
things.
Yeah, I'm picking on Kristen, but, And I noticed that there just wasn't any channel out there like that. I noticed that there was a niche that needed to kind of be filled in the community, and I thought, well, hey, I have all horror diamond paintings. I do them anyway. And my family encouraged me to do it. So I guess the reason why would be I wanted to become a contributory part of the diamond painting community by contributing a different perspective, a different aspect, a different flavor. And I wanted to make connections with people, other people. I live out in the country, and I at times can be a little under the weather, poor health, and I don't get out a lot. I wanted to connect with people and make some friends and share and explore this awesome craft with other like-minded people, while also bringing something new and contributory to the community in general. And yeah, so it is discouraging. It is discouraging when you see your content is not getting pushed. You hear people say, I didn't get the notification, but I have the bells on. I got unsubscribed and I didn't do it. Um, that is discouraging, and it is hard to fight back against that. It really is. And it's the comments like what Kristen said that pop up where people are like, I've since I found you, I've just been watching I love your content. It makes my day. It makes me smile. You introduced me to this. I didn't know about that. You helped me get over this. You keep me company. All those positive things. Um, those are what I live for, those comments. I when I get those, it's like my soul goes, "Ah," and I sing. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, yay." I wanted to touch people. Oh, that just, you know.
Sounds so bad. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
I wanted to touch people, but you know what I mean. I wanted to
Touch their hearts. Make people
touch
feel
their.
like they're not alone.
Yes, I wanted to keep people. I just wanted to be a positive, active part of the community and contribute to the growth and exposure of this art. And I don't know, I wanted to bring together, find other people like me who have some of the same artistic preferences, or um whatever, and bring us all together, because no one else had done that.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned too that when you were diamond painting and you were saying something like you were really excited because you didn't even think that people would diamond paint on YouTube. That's how I found diamond painting actually. Was I was watching a YouTube video about something else. It was like an art channel and they tried diamond painting and I'm like, "What?" And then diamond painting content started getting recommended to me.
Hmm.
That's how I found diamond painting. I had no idea it was an actual thing. But I know you had said that you were really excited because you found YouTube and then it was, the stereotypical spooky months and all the people were like doing scarier canvases and you're like, "Yes, this is it. This is it." And then as soon as Halloween was over, it went back to content like mine. Um and that's when you
Yes,
were and that's
that
when you
is
were
true.
like, "Oh, apparently we're just following the seasons," which is fine. You know what I mean? People can diamond paint whatever they
Yeah.
want, but you were kind of bummed because you're like, "Oh, I guess it wasn't." And their everyday content, right? I mean, and if you would have scrolled back through their content, you probably would have seen that. But maybe, you're hoping like, yes, scary movie people and all that stuff. Like, finally, I'm seeing some stuff I want to see and I see some stuff I want to buy. And then it goes back to the puppies and the kittens.
Yeah, and another more personal kind of, I don't know, kind of serious reason I wanted to start this channel was also because I thought it was a good twofer, in terms of not only could I benefit, thought I could maybe bring something fresh, new, and maybe benefit the community, as a whole, by having this little niche, but also personally, I wanted to I thought it would be really cool to be able to do that and leave behind a permanent, everlasting, forever mark that I was here. I was on this earth. I had a life, and I enjoyed something. I enjoyed this craft. I shared it with others, and that'll always be there once you put it up and out and whatever. I mean, well, yeah, you could delete your channel, but I
Well,
mean, it's out there, and I wanted to, and I talked about this in a whip and chat. I thought it would be have a nice added bonus that if something were to happen to me, when whatever, um, my family would have this channel and could look back and watch these videos and see me happy doing something I loved, a craft I enjoyed that brought me so much peace, calmness, mental order, and in some times where I didn't have that, and they could see that perspective and hear my voice and see what I'm doing. And I don't know, just I could still be relevant, present, and like, hey, and I was here scribble on a wall. You know what I'm saying? It was a little bit like that.
the good thing is, we get to choose what we put out. We get to choose the attitude we have. We get to choose the content that we put out, I mean, and at the end of the day, some people might like it, some people might not, but they get to choose what they watch just like we get to choose what we produce. And as long as we are happy overall, I mean, there might be some times where we're like, that looks like crap, that sounds like crap, but I can't fix it. But overall, if you're happy with the overall, I don't want to say legacy, but I can't think of a different word. That's what matters.
Yeah, it is. It is much a legacy. No, that is a good word and a right word and appropriate word. It's also a legacy, it's not pompous or anything. It's just simply means we leave behind for others to, have when, when this journey ends, in terms of whether the channel ends or we stop diamond painting or whatever. I mean, it's there. It's a legacy. It's something we leave behind for ourselves and others to enjoy and remember.
Yeah. Fantastic questions, everybody. Fantastic questions. The next one. I would love an update on the porch goose. Laughy, laughy emoji face. I did post an update on my Facebook group, and spoiler alert, they need some new outfits. I've been
Oh my
really bad.
gosh.
I've been really bad about changing their outfits. So
I would
I
not have
think,
let this question in.
well, you weren't in
Poor
charge of gathering the
dressing birds.
questions.
Yeah, well, I mean, now you're gonna get her talking about dressing birds in general, and then she's inevitably gonna start talking about dressing my real life birds versus the statue birds, and I'm not going there today. So just know that the conversation will not deviate to dressing my chickens, geese, turkeys, and ducks in outfits. The
If
end. Point blank, not happening. Done.
if you lived within driving distance, you would come home from one of your medical trips. There would be costumes. I'm just saying.
I don't doubt that at all. I
Maybe,
don't.
oh, maybe I need to message Leah and send some,
No.
and I'll conspire. I'll
No.
conspire. I'll have
Oh god.
Sassy Lassie send costumes. Then you have to do it because
No.
you can't break her heart. Yep.
Return to sender.
She already said when you guys were having like a hurricane or a tornado, she even said, and I remember the message. She said that you need to tape your ducks to the wall of one of the buildings so they didn't fly away. So, and you did that, right? You did do what she
Yeah.
told you. Okay, okay. So, see, I'm gonna put that on my. I'm gonna write a note for myself right now, actually. So,
No. Oh my
okay,
gosh.
okay. So the Portuguese, but she said, no, but seriously, I would like to hear your opinion on how you guys feel about not being able to order diamond paintings from outside of the US from this weekend. And this was when, the tariff thing. I mean, the tariff thing is kind of screwing everything up, but, I think some companies are figuring it out, but still, that it's a valid question. And she said, not the politics of it all, but how you as customers feel about it as individuals. And how do we feel about that basically? I, I I I don't like it. want to order what I want when I want it from where I want. I do not like thinking that I have to sit there and pre-screen where I want to order something from. I don't like it. But at the same time, that's kind of how a lot of people operate on a daily basis. So maybe it's, I don't know, karma, payback for us in the US, how we have it so easy and other people in other countries have to, jump through hoops and decide is the shipping worth it? Is the potential charges from UPS or something, is it worth it? I don't like it. I just wish all the countries could ship and get along nicely, but I mean, we're dealing with a bunch of overgrown toddlers, so probably not.
Yeah, I it hasn't impacted me a whole lot because I saw this coming and I just put myself on a low buy no buy situation. I was like, I bought what I could before all the extra fees and tariffs and restrictions and all that. I bought what I could and what I wanted to at that time, and then I was like, "You know what? I refuse. I'm not gonna." I saw some prices at some places going up a little bit, even a little bit, and I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna pay $20 for something that just the other day was $3 or $5 or what." No. So I went ahead and I took the temptation away. I took the everything away, and I'm only buying occasionally. It's like I said, a low buy, and it's sad. I'm a little bit sad. I haven't bought from Temu in forever because they're impacted by extra costs and fees. Um, and yeah, I just took myself out of the equation in terms of, well, I just won't buy. Or I'll buy very little, only unicorns, you know what I mean? Only those unicorn items and canvases and whatnot.
By the way, that question, the geese, fabulous question, and the question about the shipping was from a Little Beat. So yes, just want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. So now you can ask the last question, Mush Mush. There you go.
All right. How did we learn? Oh my god. How did we learn to film and edit videos? And that question comes from Denise.
Ooh, I'm gonna say YouTube.
Very, very painfully. That's how I learned. Very painfully, very stupidly, very slowly, very fumbly. No, I learned best by doing. I think it's a personal thing. It's how do you learn? Is how you're gonna learn. I learn by doing. I can watch things be done. Somebody can tell me how to do things. Somebody can show me. But until I actually physically just dive in and try to figure it out myself, do it myself, I won't absorb it. So I just downloaded a couple of apps. I played around with them with one video, and I played around in like three different apps, decided which one's features I liked the best and felt easiest to understand and use, and just practice. I learned as I went. I played with features, I experimented, in my free time, or if I had extra time to edit a video and I didn't need to just rush through it, I would, "What's this button do?" "Oh, okay." And, a little bit of YouTube tutorial when I couldn't figure something out or I had an idea, like, "I want to do this, but I don't know how to make it happen." YouTube tutorial for the win. But, yeah, just lots of practice and, tutorials and, um practical experience. Just do it, do it, do it until you learn it.
Yeah, I tried to do a few practice videos. Like I couldn't figure out the camera setup. That was honestly one of the hardest things for me personally. Was I was like, okay, I keep buying all these these camera mount things, but it wasn't working for my situation. And so my husband, who he can modify things, he basically took a standing tripod thing because I kept trying to put something on the table, but then it would move when I was diamond painting, obviously, because I'm a hard presser. So he kind of modified two into one. And that is where I finally was like, oh, okay. I also thought I could diamond paint with my easel that I normally diamond paint with. I thought I could film while I was doing that. Quickly learned that does not work. So then I pivot to the dining room table, and trying to figure out, where do I put this? Where do I put this? What, how far away does this need to be? What about lights? And I still screw up, but I feel like trial and error. And so then I did kind of a sample whip and chat, basically, where I was just talking to myself and trying to go looking up at the TV screen because it mirrors it, and I'm going, "Ooh, that looks awful. Okay, no, maybe go back a little bit. Go do this." And learning about microphones and stuff eventually, and especially with the editing. I feel like the editing was harder than learning how to film.
Yes. I
And
agree.
I I have Macs, so I have the software, the iMac or the iMovie software on the computer already, and I thought, okay, that's free, number one, because everything was costing money, and wasn't making any money because it didn't have a channel, and even after you do have a channel, you don't always make money. So I was like, what can I use that's free? And the iMovie software was free, and it's basic, and I still use it because I know how to use it. And I know how to use other things like Canva and stuff like that to make things that can go into the software. There are limitations. uh, but you kind of, I feel like it's kind of like, in Shrek, where he says ogres are like onions, they have layers. I feel like you learn in layers, and so you learn how to do this might kind of not be the best, but you figure a way around it. And so for me personally, that is just kind of what I did. Was it was learning, okay, I know how to do this. Oh, maybe if I do this will look better. And so I feel like it's just, trial and error, like you said.
I use apps for I have an Android and I use apps. I use InShot and Thumbnail Maker and Intro Maker and a bunch of little apps. They have free versions. They also have paid versions, which are really reasonably priced, in my opinion. If you're going to do it for the long haul and you like the program, it's worth the investment. I view it as an investment. And I invested in those, so I did pay a little bit of a fee to have lifetime access and like permanent access and all the features and stuff like that. But it works for me. The only thing that I wish, I see some people with videos like have cut-ins and stuff like that, and some more elevated editing, and the editing itself has personality. I wish I was creative enough, one, creative enough to do that kind of thing, but two, also had the know-how to do that kind of thing. That's my only sadness right now. I'm trying to very slowly, but I'm trying to learn if I can do those things. So, any final thoughts before we go, Kristen? Any wrap it up final thoughts that you have?
um I'm going to say that if you are a viewer, which obviously if people are watching the videos that they are a viewer, um whether it be my channel or Mushy's channel, or any channel that you get a shred of enjoyment from, thumbs up, even an emoji comment, or just, I mean, it doesn't have to be a big old personal thing. Um, any kind of thumbs up or comment, it just kind of shows us that you guys are there, and
Yeah, it
you're
shows us that you're there and that you care and that you're rooting for us and that you're, enjoying yourself. It lets us know. It gives us a little boost like, "Yay, somebody actually enjoyed this." And, I don't know, it gives us some will to keep going sometimes.
well, and I think it's, there is a slight disconnect because, like, I'm sitting at my dining room table, and you're sitting in Arkansas doing this. And so a lot of times when we're just sitting down and filming a video, we can try and project that we're sitting down and we're talking to people, and we're, even though it is mainly one-sided, that you go into it, at least for me, and I mean, I can kind of say that it's for you too, that you're kind of going into it, you're like, I hope somebody gets something from this. I hope somebody feels less alone, like they were hanging out with a friend, just something. It can be very discouraging when, you take the time and effort, and, you know, g- I don't know how to word this. I don't know how to word it.
It can be discouraging when you take time, effort, and put so much of your hard work, soul, heart into a video, and you know you don't get much of a feedback. You don't get much feedback or validation. You don't know if anybody's even watching, if it had the effect you wanted, if it did something for someone, and it's really nice to know when we do touch someone and we do reach. It's validation, really, to be honest. That's what it is, but I don't know if that's the right word, but
I think so. And it is hard because there is so much out there. There's so much content, and our world, our society, everything moves so fast now. And like, let's say you don't watch any videos that you're subscribed to for an entire week because you were sick or you were on vacation. You feel like you're behind. You shouldn't feel
yeah.
like you're behind on something that you enjoy. Like, no one should feel panic because, oh my gosh, I'm behind on my YouTube videos. And so I think from a creator perspective, like, you know you want people to enjoy, you want people to feel like you're not alone, all of those things. And as a viewer, I also understand, because sometimes you don't have time to sit and to watch a bunch of videos, or you feel like you get behind. So at least for me personally, last final thoughts is, if you get any kind of enjoyment from somebody's content, at least give them a thumbs up, because it does help the algorithm. I don't know if I fully trust the algorithm, but all the things say that helps. So,
Yeah.
bare minimum thumbs up.
And from my perspective, I'll just say, like, when I film videos, I actually film. I'm talking to the viewers. I'm not talking to myself. Generally,
Right. No,
sometimes I'll be like, "Mushy, you're so stupid," but
that
I'm
that's a good point.
talking to people. I want to hear back from them. I'm sitting down across from each and every person who sits down at my video because I'm talking directly to each individual. Look at what I got. Do you like this too? What do you think of this? And I'm asking. I'm picturing, usernames that I see frequently and stuff. I'm picturing usernames, and and I'm imagining I'm talking to them because I am talking to them. It's just they're not in the room with me. I think we kind of YouTube live for those comments. Not I can't say we live, you know, but we YouTube live for those comments that tell us, "You made me smile, that made me laugh. Thank you, I enjoyed the video. You made me feel seen. You showed me something new. Thank you." Things like that, where we made somebody's day, we made them smile, we made them laugh, we, made them happy, comfortable, relaxed, whatever it is, positive wise. It that I live for those comments.
Yeah, and
Just to know that somebody else is having a good day and I contributed to that.
I mean, even the random comments of like, "Oh my gosh, I haven't thought about that in years," or "I do the same thing. I thought I was the only one." Just, I think it's the whole trying to build a community, a positive community, and all of that goes along with it. I mean, we're
Yeah.
not perfect. We're not going to reach millions of people. That's okay, but we kind of hope the people that we do reach, they get a little something from
Yep.
from the video.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. And with our final words out of the way, I think we are done here, my friends. Please do leave us a comment down below if you were watching this on replay, and contribute to the conversation. Did you have any questions of your own? We would love to get more questions for another episode in the future. Have fun answering these and seeing, what you guys are curious about. It can be about me and Kristen individually, together. It can be about diamond painting in general. It could be about anything. Hey, did you see any weird clouds today? What's your favorite bug? It could be anything.
Yeah, definitely. Mushy loves the weird ones, so
No, gosh.
point the weird ones to her, whichever way you are on the camera. I don't know
So
which way
yeah,
it's gonna orient,
this
so
this way. Give
just
me
go
all
like
the
this.
weird ones.
All the weird ones for Mushy. She can answer all the weird ones herself.
Oh yeah, bring it.
Yeah, bring it, bring it.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. We had a lot of fun. We hope that you did too. And without further ado, I think we're done here. We got to wrap it up. Thanks again for coming out. I'm Mushmellow from Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting, and she.
I'm Crafty-ish Kristen, and don't forget to stay for the bloopers because there's gonna be some gold in there. Let me tell you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us while we chit and chat and do all of that. And with that, we will see
See
you
you later.
later. It's never going
We'll
to be
get it
smooth.
someday.
It's never going to be smooth. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hang on. Let me sing while you leave. Okay.
Okay.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
That's
Oh,
not
no,
elevator music.
oh, maybe not. Maybe not that. I don't want to say. I don't want to say any bad words. You are my fire, the
Oh
one
gosh. I'm trying to hurry. I'm sorry, friends.
desire.
Okay.
Believe
Okay, Kristen.
when
Okay.
I say
No.
I want it that way.
Tell
Okay,
me why.
tell
Okay.
me why.
I'm gonna see if I can find that fart and get it in there.
It's gonna be. It was hidden by your daughter's dog barking. Sorry.
Oh no, you
I
you,
snuck it in.
you
I
planned
snuck
it.
it in. I snuck it in. I mean, you've been oversharing the last few days. I felt like I should share something.
I
Uh,
wanted somebody to know my misery in case I perished. I needed somebody to live on and tell my story.
oh my god.
I'm drinking a smoothie, so I'm a little. Okay, I think I got all that. I think I got it all, Kristen.
Yep, you did.
I did
You did.
it.
Okay, make sure there's no bad, like crazy windows open. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, let me
No
move.
naughty pictures.
No. Blech.
Blech. Blech.
Don't tell me to hold on.
I'm sorry.
Okay, ready
Uh,
and unedit. Wait, hang on. I need a drink. Sorry.
oh my God. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, you guys, and we'll see you next time on. Oh, gosh darn it! It's to you later. We haven't done this in so long. I forgot. Sorry.
If you're not, because we just kind of, talk. Can't words. The words are not wording.
I understand that my microphone picks up a gnat fart 50 counties away, so please just.
Nat fart or determining.
Uh,
Thank goodness you didn't pick up my fart that I did earlier. Wow.